Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's TheKaylaSunshine, and today I'm going to share my very first story time on my channel. Alright, so this is a story about one of the most humiliating moments of my life.
Jello Beats, holla at me.
Alright, so when I was in high school, I was in a relationship with this guy who was, I would say he was pretty well known. Like, everybody loved him. He was funny as I don't know what. And we struggled our entire relationship because it was pretty much like everybody was kind of out to get us. And people really didn't want to see us together in a way. And part of it, I still have no idea what the reason behind this was, but people just didn't want us to be together. And they pretty much got what they wanted. So me and this guy were in a relationship. We got together, was it sophomore year. So this was my sophomore year in high school. We got together. We didn't break up. We broke up my senior year of high school. So we broke up, I want to say the end of September of my senior year. So this was like very fresh into the school year. We started school in September. I remember us breaking up. It was humiliating. When I tell you it was that was humiliating in itself, but this isn't even what the whole story is about. This is just a little background to everything that happened. So just to give you a little bit about what happened, okay, so I played volleyball, and I remember, you know, we were struggling at that point. We really were. But earlier that day, I remember being in lunch and we were talking, and basically it was like a conversation about our relationship. We were having a conversation about that. And to me, because we were having that conversation, because we were off and on, like we really just a typical, I don't know if it's a typical high school relationship, because I feel like what we went through, the whole relationship just was OD for 16, 17 year olds to be going through. But so, you know, because we do this all the time, I thought we were good, right? So he played football at the time, I played volleyball, and that day I had a game. And he comes to the game, and like, I'm warming up and stuff. You know, you warming up, you're going up to the net, doing all that. And so he comes to the game, and I get all excited. I'm like, oh, he came. Fast forward into the game. This was my senior year. And for whatever reason, my volleyball coach just thought that I must have been a terrible volleyball player because I didn't get no burn. Like, I didn't get no playtime my senior year. And which I kind of know the reasoning behind it, but I'm not even going to disclose it. But so pretty much me and one of my homegirls, me and two of my homegirls, we was always at the end of the bench, and it's like, we not playing, so we really down at the bench, like key in every game. So this time, because I didn't get no playtime, I'm sitting there, and I'm watching my guy, my dude. He's like, I'm watching him across the gym, and I see him over there with his arm around this girl. Now, this girl was someone that I had questioned him about several times. I said, what is going on? What is this? And one time, oh boy, really, he fussed me out. Now, this is not a bashing story, because when I tell you, me and my ex are like this, like, this is my best friend. I literally talk to him pretty much every day, and we're good. Like, this was high school. I'm 22 years old now. We're good. That's my best friend. But look, he knows that what he did was like messed up. Like, we talk about this often. Cause I used to ask him, like, what's up with you and old girl? Like, and one time I recall he even fussed me, like started fussing at me and was like, that's my cousin, I asked my daddy, something like that. Gave a whole little rundown. You got questions about somebody and their cousin, go to grandma and ask her how they can. That's my lesson I learned from that. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm sitting there at the end of the bench, and he's got his arm around her, And I'm just like, that's real close. Y'all be cousins. So bad. It was so bad that one of my teammates looks down from the bench and is like, Kayla, you and what's his name still together? I'm like, well, I thought so, cause it don't, like, I'm looking at him, I'm like, it don't look like it. And me at the time, I'm Aries, and Aries are very, we come with that fire. Like, when I tell you we come with fire, like, we can be quite evil. And I just remember looking at him across the gym, and I just wanted to make eye contact with him, cause I was giving him, like, if looks could kill, I just needed him to see my face for him to know, wait till this game over. So the game ends, I hurry up to the locker room. I'm like, hurry up, change. I come out, I'm like, I walk up to him, I said, can we talk right now? He curving me. Like, the way he was carrying me was like OD. He was like, nah. I'm like, can we talk? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting there like, what's up with this? I thought this was your cousin, blah, blah, blah. I'm confronting him and everything. Now, while all of this is going on, we're in the gym. I said, how you gonna come to my volleyball game with your and have your arms around a whole other girl, blah, blah, blah. And he looks around at the gym, because you know how most gyms in high schools will have, like, you know, the padding on the walls, and it'll have like the logo. Like, he points to this, and then, like, this Greensville gym and everything, laughing, right? He thinks the shit is funny. He thinks it's funny. And that's one thing I do not like, for a guy to laugh in my face like something is funny when it's not. While we having this little thing, there's a shorty, right? And this is someone who I've kind of had issues with shorty, because for one, there was a time where we had common interest in a dude, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. We had common interest in a dude, and a couple of them particular times of him and I having interest in one another, I guess him and her had interest in one another at the same time. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So also, she also was one of those girls, because in that relationship, it was somebody every week almost, like, where I'm just like, what's up with this? Who is this? Why are you flirting with her? Why are you leaving this under her picture? Why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. And she was one of them girls that I constantly had to question. Like, what is up with this? So while we're having this little argument, I noticed homegirl is sitting there peeking around the corner like shit's funny. And I said, you can step in the gym. Like, you don't have to hide. You can come and watch. Like, you don't have to do all that. Like, you can come and watch right now. Like, you don't have to be peeking around the corner and stuff. So I'm continuing my argument with him. And her boyfriend at the time, who wasn't the dude that we had common interest in, her little boyfriend at the time, I don't even notice, but while we're arguing, she's coming this way, and apparently, I guess, trying to fight me, quote unquote. But he's holding her back, whatever. You know, it was cute. It was cute. So, you know, fast forward, we in the argument, and then he said, nah, cause I remember my boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, he was like, nah, cause we done. I said, oh, we done? Pow! Smacked him, right? And it wasn't even a good smack. When I tell you it was just these fingertips, like, it wasn't even a good smack, right? So that was that, right? Cool off after the game, like, it's just like, we in the parking lot, and I'm just like, bro, I can't believe this, blah, blah, blah. Go home on Twitter. Homegirl talking mess. Homegirl is talking trash. Homegirl is like, y'all should have let me get her. Y'all should have. Now, this is where I accept 130% full responsibility, because, like I said, I'm a fire sign. I am. So I asked her, I said, are you mad because that's what I tweeted her. And so we're going back and forth on Twitter and everything, and that was that. Now this was about I would say maybe a week or two before homecoming. So by then, I believe I was already, I had been nominated for homecoming court. I also, in that same day, was elected to be class president. So, yeah, fast forward. So it's homecoming week. And my name is getting dragged through the mud. And it's not just by her, but also by another young lady who I had no idea had been at the time. Had no idea. So she's like, so these two are going around telling people don't vote for her, blah, 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 everything. So still to this day, I don't understand. Because this is number one rule to being a side chick is if you're the side chick, there's literally no reason to have beef with the main chick, especially when she has no idea about the relationship you and her man got. So for whatever reason, shorty girl had beef with me too. So this is two girls against me, and they were trying to turn the whole school against me. Now, mind you, the person that my ex pretty much left me for is was very well loved by everyone. Very. Personally, I never quite understood it. She was cool. I mean, she was cool. I mean, that's all I could see. But people loved her. Like, so I guess because he left me for her, a lot of people were rooting for this. And for whatever reason, people just did not want me and him to be together. Fast forward to home. Oh, so because I was class president, I almost left the important part out. So because I was class president at my school, I'm not sure how other schools do it, but each grade, well, you know, the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors each get a hall to decorate for homecoming, and they're supposed to decorate it to, you know, and then they vote and see who has the best hall. So because I was senior class president, that was my job to pull that all together. So that week we stayed there at like until about 8 o'clock at night. Like we stayed there late, decorating the hallways. We gathered up a couple other students. It was a lot of, well, not a lot of us, but we had a good amount of people trying to get this hall together and everything. Once it was all said and done, we loved it. I think that was a bomb hallway. I think we did a great job. Now, at the end, we told people, like, once we finished the hall, we're telling people, like, you know, everybody go grab some chalk and go sign your names on the paper. So I signed my name, and I made sure I signed it in a place where I could always go and look at it. Like, it was I want to say it was in the middle of the O. Like, I signed my name there. Some point during that week, somebody decided to smear out my name. Mind you, I stayed there every night that week, put my money into it, my effort into it, smear my name out just to write my ex's Instagram name over it. And this sounds like a movie almost. Like, it really does. The stuff sounds like a movie. So I see it, and I'm just like, wow. Mind you, I got left. My heart is broken. My boyfriend of almost 2 years left me for another girl, like, who I thought was his cousin. So if that wasn't enough just to feel terrible because I lost my best friend at that moment, like, if that wasn't enough, you know, Grainsville County High School made sure that I needed one more punch in the gut, or a couple more punches in the gut, to be honest. So here comes the day of homecoming, and it's a tradition that in the mornings before voting for homecoming court, the court comes in and they announce them and they walk around the gym, because every morning you go in the gym and then from there you get dismissed and go to class. Like, so we walked in the gym. I go in. As soon as I walk in, complete silence. So I just kind of shake it off. Like, you know, it is what it is. Like, I was just like, wow. Wow. Amongst the silence, it was a couple. You could hear some boos. It was whatever. Then here comes the actual pep rally. And in the pep rally, different organizations, different groups, different all kinds of things, they walk in. And I was so involved in school. I was in so many organizations. So so they called the homecoming court in again. I come in, it either got silent or the people were booing. And I was just like, wow. Wow. Then I had to walk in again because I was part of SEA. So I walked in for SEA. Same thing. Volleyball. Same thing. By then, I'm like, no. Because I was class president, so I already knew that was going to be my final walk-in. And I was like, no, I can't. My mental health cannot afford to take another blow again. Like, I just can't. So when it's time for the class the class officers to walk in, at that point, I grabbed everybody that was on my slate, my vice president, everybody that was on my slate, and I said, we are linking arms. We are walking in together. I said, they are not about to do this to me again. I was like, they are not. So we walk back in, we walk in together. And because it's all of us together, I didn't get booed. But once the whole pep rally was done and we finally they did the senior run-in, so we all ran in and stuff like that, and I go into the bleachers and I'm fighting back tears. And I remember going and finding one of my friends and sitting beside her and just saying why do they hate me so much? When I tell you these people hated me, I don't know what it was about me, but these people hated me. I moved away junior year for maybe 2 months. And this was when Ask FM was super, super popular. And those people terrorized me. And me and my ex talk about all the time, he's like, I just hated that you even was still up there. Why would you even still be on that app knowing that people are literally just coming for your neck every single day? And I really could have avoided that. I don't know why I stayed up there. I guess because I was just in disbelief. I guess I really wanted to know just how much people hated me. People were we're so glad you're gone, blah, 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 blah. And I promise you guys, I really was not that terrible of a person. You would have thought that I was the worst person in the world by the treatment I got. And especially when I moved back, it was just OD. I had a shorty trying to fight me because apparently the whole time I was gone, her and my dude were like this, and I guess messing around. I still haven't really gotten to the bottom of that story. It's several sides to that story. But anyways, so pep rally. I was fighting back tears, and I was just like, why did they hate me so much? And that afternoon, I had to go and get my hair done. And while I'm getting my hair done, the shampoo girl who went to high school with us, she's like, why did they do that to you? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know. This is what I just didn't understand. Like I said, as if it wasn't enough that I had gotten my heart broken the week before. What did I do to deserve that? Seriously. A whole school to be acting like that. So later that evening, I pretty much knew, obviously I wasn't going to win. It was raining that day, and I remember them saying that they might do the crowning inside of the gym because it was pouring rain. And I just remember saying, yes, please, just praying that they would do that, because I knew for a last time that the people were going to boo me and humiliate me. I already knew. And I'm so glad that I'm super strong, because me and my ex talked about, he said that's the type of stuff that makes people commit suicide. That was terrible. And we really talk about this story often. And he says, I really wish you could have seen me. I really wish you could have seen me, because I didn't approve of any of that. I was I was literally looking around telling people chill out, chill. And I don't know. So we ended up doing the crowning outside in front of everybody on the field. And you know, I walked down and I'm pretty much, at that point, I'm so over it. Like, me and the dude I had walk me, like, escort me, like, we were just joking. Like, I remember literally being on the field and, like, just hitting a little jig, like, dancing, not paying attention to anything the announcer was saying. Like, I remember us talking the entire time because I was just not entertaining it. And, of course, I got booed again. That night, I went to, after that, I was like, I'm over it. Like, I'm like, what are we getting into tonight? And I think it was like an after party or something. So we went to the after party and shit like that. From there, I really never, ever wanted to put myself in a situation where I had to be out in front of a whole bunch of people. Like, that traumatized me. I never wanted to put myself in a situation where people could treat me that way again. And I didn't partake in anything that would put me in that type of position. And then at the time, it was really, really, really humiliating. But now looking at it and just looking at how bothered I had people pretty much my entire time in high school really made me realize, like, girl, you are powerful. Like, there's something about you that just gets under people's skin. You can be minding your business and doing nothing, and people are choosing to hate you, choosing something, nitpicking anything to hate you about. And now it's like I pride myself in that, because if I can have a whole entire school treat me that way, do some follow the leader type stuff, because majority of them had no idea why they were booing me. They were just following the crowd. If I can have an entire school treat me that way, I'm a force to be reckoned with, because that's power right there. That is power. I have a lot of power, and there's something about me that just doesn't, people just can't see me happy. They just can't stand it. They can't stand to see it. And so I'm glad that I'm at a point now, which I used to cry about it. Like, I got a little teary-eyed talking about it today, but I literally cannot tell the story without crying, because when I tell you this was the most humiliating experience of my life, I really wouldn't wish it on anybody. Because like I said, if I wasn't strong, I probably would have hurt myself, for real. Because even telling the story, it does not serve the justice for what I experienced. Like, to be in a gymnasium with a whole school of people booing you is so terrible, so terrible. But like I said, I'm so glad I'm in a better position now, to where I really can see things for what it is. And at the end of the day, not even trying to be arrogant, but girl, like, you got that it factor. And the only people who get hated on like that are like famous people, like, where people just try to tear them down. And people had tried to tear me down for years in high school. And yeah, and the funny thing about it is I have not been to a homecoming since. I graduated in 2015 and I have not gone home for a homecoming at all. And another thing that's funny is, seeing as I am the class president, I'm the one that's gonna be responsible for like the class reunion and you know, the homecoming tailgate and stuff when we go. And that's just gonna be real interesting, because it's just so funny. It's just all ironic. So yeah, that's my little story time. Like I said, I have no problems with these people. I know specifically the people who were showing out the most in that instance. I mean, standing up, like I remember y'all, and I know exactly who y'all are. And a lot of y'all tried to act like nothing ever happened. But yeah, like I said, I truly do mean this, and I don't mean this out of hate, but I really do hope that karma has served them well, because like I said, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And but other than that, I'm good. I don't harbor any hate for anyone. Like I said, the person who hurt me the most is the person I talk to the most every day. So it's crazy. Also, I want to add that I went on to go to college, and I also got to be on the homecoming court for Old Dominion University my senior year. And although I didn't win because ODU had this stupid rule where there is no king or queen, it's homecoming royalty. So pretty much it can be 2 dudes, 2 women, whatever. 2 guys won. And because of that, I didn't win. And not even being arrogant, everybody thought I was gonna win. But that was a excellent redo and do-over for what I went through in high school. So it was a great experience. I wasn't really hurt by losing that. Look, that was cool. It was a very great experience. So that really made up for what I went through. So yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I'm good. I'm straight. Yeah. So that's my story about when I was humiliated.